What's good, everybody? It's your boy JTL, Opposite from the Norm. And real quick, I just want to let y'all know about Opposite from the Norm apparel t-shirts. Brought to you by GFam G-Wear. You like our show and our content? Then go to gfament.com and click on G Store, and there you can purchase an Opposite from the Norm t-shirt. Also, you can check out other great tees that represent true kings and true queens as well. Shirts that motivate and make you feel great. Once again, that's gfament.com and click on the G Store link to get your apparel tees. Now back to the show. Chill.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy JT, Opposite from the Norm. Back with another one. Before I get started, make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. So we got a few things we gonna cover for the week. You know what I mean, and some stuff that may have happened last week. But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Well, again, it's your boy JTL over here, and my boy late Matt D.
Oh, what up? I ain't late. I'm here. I'm here on time, ready to go.
All right, so I'm sharing stuff on my screen. Everybody, y'all gonna see. All right, so here it is. I guess we're gonna go ahead and go into the MO3 Lil Boosie possible connection of his murder that
Damn.
recently happened. Um, yeah, so as y'all everybody pretty much heard, I'm sure Boosie, unfortunately, he got shot in the leg. They say he's in good condition though, thankfully.
Right.
Um,
We
they're
don't live to
wondering if
lose Boosie.
they're wondering if it's connected to Mo3 situation, and that's an easy yes because it happened in Dallas. So they say that he was riding around in his Sprinter van for most of the day, and like they say in Chicago, they caught him lacking at the at one of those shopping plazas.
Yeah, I was
And
about to say that. They said he was in a shopping plaza when the incident happened.
hmm so
But he was
like I said,
there. He was there on Friday. The weekend period to honor Mo3. I seen he had some type of like concert, or I don't even know if you want to call it a concert, but like a gathering or whatever. And he was honoring his homie, and he was saying he got his kids, which is a very honorable thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if your homie passed away, to say to the family, I'm gonna make sure his kids straight. Because that's something he don't got to do. You know what I'm saying? And we see a lot of people who have close homies and they friend die, or even it could be family, they brother or cousin pass away, and they have kids and they don't do nothing. So that's very honorable. So I definitely wanted to point that out, that Boosie said that, and that he said he's gonna take care of that man kids.
yeah, it's sad, man. I want to segue into something that's connected too. One of the brothers from one of your favorite labels, Bennett Butcher, was shot as well. He was at a Walmart and at a parking lot with a couple of his homies, and some cats rolled up trying to take their stuff, and I guess they
Oh, this
said
happened
they was moving.
recently.
Yeah, yeah, this just happened.
Oh shit, you bringing me some news I didn't even know about. Damn.
So, uh, mute your mic while you're eating. So he was in
Hey
the
man,
parking
hey.
lot. They say that they weren't moving fast enough, so one of the robbers had shot your boy Bennett Butcher in the leg because of it. They jumped in the car, hauled tail, the robbers did, and then saw that Benny and his crew. They pulled over, called, and got him to the hospital. Police say it's an investigation on the way, but they
Where
didn't
was
say
this
anything
at? Was
about
this in
it.
Buffalo or this was somewhere else?
No, I no, I just said this was in Houston.
Oh, I didn't hear you, homie. Your thing went in and out. Went in and out.
I can't check that because you chewing. You can't hear me talk over you chewing.
Ah, get out of here, man.
So yeah, they say they ain't know the condition, man. This is something that's, like I said, it's so sad what's going on right now is because like I said, with everything that's going on, man, it's like cats think they can still be doing the same thing. This is a different time. Somebody made a comment and said, man, the streets is hungry right now. Things messed up. I don't know if it's just that or just people blind ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying. Got to move differently, man. This is a time where, God willing, we got to try to move differently, more carefully, and thought provoking wise, and just trying to do something different with our lives, you know what I'm saying, and being more careful. Like, these type of things should not be going on in the midst of a pandemic. So for all them people that's sitting around and, oh, this is fake, or it ain't that serious. So are the people who are out here still committing crimes thinking the same thing. They don't care. So if y'all pushing that narrative not to worry about it, what do you think other people are feeling, or thinking? The same thing. You know what I mean? So that's why we keep saying, like, we should be taking this situation more serious. People need to fall back. I ain't saying don't try to get money best way you know how, or get your grind on and all of that stuff, but I'm just saying find a way to do it more safer, because if you still out there doing whatever, so is them hitters, so is them jack boys. They out there still doing the same thing too. They not taking it seriously either. But if y'all learn how to chill and lay low, maybe God bless y'all to be able to be safe, and them to go sit down somewhere, so out here committing all these heinous, atrocious crimes that they're doing towards their own people.
And I mean, basically, this was supposed to, talking about Mo3, and you brought up Benny, but another one of the topics that I was going to bring up is a segue, and we can combine it, is the social media, things that's going on, the social media stunting, the social media, everything. Like, how I just, as you were speaking, I just was reading about, the Benny situation, and it was saying that they, asked for his chains or whatever. He was moving too slow. And of course, we don't know everything, but I'm just speaking in general terms, like, even thinking about other rappers that got, in trouble or got shot or robbed. This new generation is all about going on Instagram, doing these lives. If you do something on Instagram, let's say me and you was to go to the mall, we could have been to the mall 3 or 4 hours ago and then post something, and in 4 hours we off in another city. But these cats are doing live shit, so you're live right there. If you say, yo, I'm live from Lenox Mall, them niggas know where you at, because they seeing you on the gram stunting right now, saying you live at Lenox Mall, and you like, yeah, I'm walking around, I'm by myself, no security, I got all this jewelry on. And then you go to the parking lot, and then it's open season on you, because they know where you at, they know you by yourself, they know you ain't got no security, and then you get robbed and wonder why. I just don't understand this new generation with always posting and stunting everything. They want to post, oh, I got all this jewelry, I got all this money, I'm gonna be at this corner store at 7 o'clock. Like, you basically are telling people, come rob me, come kill me. And then especially if you have beef, which of course is dumb as fuck. All these young black men dying over, whether it's over a woman or whether it's over a neighborhood or whether if you blood or crip, all of it is ending in young black men who ain't even reaching 30 years old getting killed and shot. All of it is stupid. Losing our young brothers over what? And this whole social media thing is like, when are these people gonna learn to stop doing all this stunting? Put your ego, put all the machismo. If you stunting to get hoes, or if you stunting to try to say I got more money than this person or I got better jewelry, like, all that shit is ending up with trouble. And I don't know what it's gonna take for these young boys to stop doing that. I really don't know what it's gonna take. How many more people got to get robbed? How many more people got to die for this shit to stop?
I don't know, man.
My
I
bad.
don't know.
My bad. I had hit the mute button, but yeah, that segue right into that. That's one of the things that really caught me this week, is just thinking about all the stunting and all the look at me that people do on social media, especially these rappers, and you telling people where you at. I'm gonna be at this party tonight. Why are you doing that? Or I'm at the mall right now. Look at me. I'm buying more jewelry than y'all niggas got. And you wonder why somebody is waiting for you outside. Or you wonder why you get shot at. Or like we said earlier, if you got beef with somebody, you letting your ops know where the fuck to come get you from. That you letting them know, okay, we've been looking for this boy for like 3 months. Oh, he at the mall right now. Okay, let's send 5 niggas over there right now. You asking for it. You calling yourself out. So that's something that I had been thinking about all week and been seeing constantly, just thinking about past things that's happened, is how this live shit is really fucking people up. Even, rest in
Yeah,
peace.
but
I'm not gonna go back, and speak on a lot of shit that I don't know. But even with the incident, God bless the dead, what happened with Pop Smoke, I don't know, whatever people want to say happened. But even with him, letting people know, what his address was when he was out in California, stuff like that. I wish that that young man hadn't did that. Like, not let anybody know, what where he was at, where his location was. Maybe it still would have happened because maybe whoever was following him, but just the simple fact of not letting people know online where you are and where you stand. I just wish that these young boys would stop doing that. My bad for cutting you off. Go ahead.
it's not. I don't think it's the issue of the being online and promoting yourself. I think the issue is them like having these street elements around them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of young brothers who still want to be gangster, but this is the thing: be gangster for what? Like we gotta think about it like this, especially for the people who didn't come up. And that's what the biggest question is like, why do y'all want to be something you're not, like a Lil Wayne or Soldier Boy, Chris Brown, and all them?
Exactly. You already
Why?
rich. You already made it out the hood.
Well, damn, can I talk?
My
Shit.
bad.
Let me finish my statement, brother. So it's like, why why are you backtracking like that? You that's not what you come from. Now to the brothers who are trying to rap, and I understand you come from a certain environment. Let's take the gangs per se out of it. You come from a certain neighborhood, block area. You did whatever you had to do to survive. Now that God bless you get out of it, you got to let it go. And what's so sad, you do have a lot of cats that are around that's looking like look down on that and want you to still be messed up with them because they love it, they enjoy it. But it's like, no, we got to leave this alone. So I think that's what a lot of rappers got to be careful about too. Stop trying to still be connected to the hood in that way. Try to figure out different ways to help your brothers change their life. I think with Nipsey Hussle situation, Garage, so it was messed up, but what's so crazy, I was hearing a lot of people looking at that situation um like he was doing the same thing a lot of other people was doing, but he wasn't because he got gunned down while he was trying to help somebody. Like that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Which is messed up. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have to really carry security around him like that in his own community. So that's another thing we gotta look at is brothers taking down people who actually care for the community over something stupid. You know what I'm saying? Especially since the person who killed him was calling himself trying to be a rapper too. What sense does that make? Like you can't be out here being a shooter and be a rapper. Those two things don't go together, man. Like it's sad, man. It's sad that we don't see you gotta make a change. You gotta make a full change like Master P did. You go ahead. Go ahead, talk.
Hey man, just hush it up. No, I agree with your point, but I'm still sticking on what I said because there's a lot of lesser known people, even lesser known than some people say they never had heard of Mo3. Some people say they had never heard of King Von. Just me looking past year, 2 years, just seeing all these dudes that do that, and a lot of it, the outcome is because of what they was doing on Instagram Live. I seen this one incident of something that happened in Michigan, and you know it came to find out it was that the reason why they knew where this person was at to go get him was because he was stunting on live. And yeah, of course, all this mentality needs to stop, this tough guy stuff. And, once you get money, there's no reason for you to still, like you said, for someone of Lil Wayne's status to still be trying to do this blood shit. But I just really do hope that these young boys stop promoting all this where I'm at, or even the ones that be taunting, their ops like, yeah, I'm on this street right now. I'm on this street right now. I mean, like I said, you're just asking, even if you got 12 people with you, you still promoting for them to come where you are and y'all gonna have a shootout. And if you got 10 people and then they bring 10 people, somebody gonna drop, somebody gonna get hurt. Just all this Instagram stuff, it needs to go away. I know that's a lot to ask, but we keep losing so many young brothers over nothing. Constantly losing young brothers, people who could not only just change their life, but change the life of their family, change the life of their mama, their daddy, cousins, friends, put their people on, get their people jobs and things like that. So when somebody dies, that can not only you know, take them away from us, but also take away what they was building for their family and friends. And then now the family and friends, got to scramble and of course they're mourning the death, but this dude was trying to set stuff up for them, and now they got to scramble.
Yeah, man, for real. Um, so I guess we can go ahead and to another point. So what else you want to cover? I had since you had it, that was your MO3 thing that brought in the Benny the Butcher thing. So what's something you want to cover?
I was gonna speak on also the whole black business thing. Me and you talked a little bit earlier, and I really want to stress to everybody, whoever may listen, that we really do with everything that's going on, and we always talking about Black Lives Matter, and we trying to, promote, other things. Like we really need to start looking into black businesses, and when we see something, try to support them. Like I mentioned to my partner, I saw this black gaming thing online last night, and I just was like, yo, this is cool. This is, the first black gamings that sell like headsets for all the people who are into the gaming world. And, I thought about, going online and seeing if, they had anything where I can invest in their stocks, so I went on Robinhood. They didn't have anything there, but it's just the whole mindset of us trying to, if we see something, um, some people I hear when I talk to people, they'll say, well, I don't use that product. Or, like if it's a black woman who has a lotion line or whatever, it's like, well, I don't use that. That's just an excuse. Even if you don't use lotion, which I don't know why someone would say they don't use lotion. That's weird. But even if it's not for you, purchase it for a friend, purchase it for your mama, purchase it for your girlfriend, or whoever. Just giving the support. And even with me not being a gamer or anything like that, I went to look to see if they had stock so I can, help them in some kind of way. Because yeah, I personally wouldn't go buy a gaming headset for $100 because I don't really play video games like that. But I'm still trying to think of other ways to support the black businesses. And, you know, even if it's just me saying, hey, go to this website, because I'll say it now. The young people that have a website, it's called WTHgamers.com, and you go on there, and they're promoting themselves as the first black gaming headset. And they have two different headsets. One you could buy for $60 and one you could buy for 100. So they're trying to, promote themselves to be, where you can buy if you into gaming, because gaming is really big. They have these tournaments where you can win millions of dollars. So if a young black man or black woman who has a child or a little brother, a little sister, or if you yourself into gaming, You know, instead of going and buying, you know, this headset from Walmart or whatever, try to go online to this website and support these black people. You know, we got to start really being about what we talk about and helping and supporting our people, because that's the only way that we're going to come up. You know, my partner JTL says it all the time about, you know, when people put something out there, everyone's so quick to say, "Oh, that shit garbage," or "I ain't gonna buy that cheap ass shit." But it's about support, because if we don't support, the companies are never gonna blow up. You know, because I hear some people saying, "Oh, they ain't sold nothing. They been out a year." Well, they can't buy nothing. They can't, excuse me, they can't sell nothing if we're not supporting them. That's where they have to blow up at, is if we are supporting them. So that's just something I wanted to bring up that I have been thinking about this week, with us trying to, even if it's, you see a black person online that's selling laundry detergent, try them out, just give them a shot, or just contribute something, even if it's a couple dollars. I was looking into that too, if like, to try to find out if they had some kind of little site or something that you can contribute money to. Even if I could contribute just $5, yeah, I may not be buying a gaming headset for 100, but me just contributing $5 is me doing something. So I really feel like we need to push more moving forward to help black people and black businesses any way we can.
Yeah, that's just like they when they had they was dissing Master P, talking about his noodles look nasty.
Yeah, I remember you
I'm like,
telling me that.
uh,
I remember you telling me that. They're like, "Oh, that old nasty shit." You don't even know. You ain't even tried it.
but they'll go to Dollar Tree and buy a whole bunch of them nasty Dollar Tree noodles though, but they won't support him doing it. And this is the difference, because Steve Harvey was endorsing a bunch of stuff, but that's endorsement. He actually owns these products. You know what I'm saying? His sons, his younger sons they sell hand sanitizer, they sell cleaning stuff. Like they actually trying to do something. You know what I mean? People just dissing the hell out of it. And then they wonder why it's like, I don't know, man. It's so sad, because I think it's because it's like people know Master P got money, so they might be looking at it like, well, they don't need our money. But it's like it's not about the money, it's about the support. You know what I'm saying? Like, Louis Vuitton and Burberry got money, but you still support
Thank you.
them.
Exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, the Birkin bag, what the chick said about the Birkin bag, it's like, what's your boy, lady name? Quavo lady?
Oh, sweetie.
I thought it was Saweetie or something like that, some
I don't know how
stupid
to
crap.
pronounce it,
But
man. It's Sweetie, Sawadi, one of the two.
yeah, so when she said, "Oh, he can't buy you a Birkin bag," throwing him back to the streets, and it's like, hold on. Do you honestly think somebody who's dating a shift manager at Wendy's can buy somebody a Birkin bag? Like, who cares? Like, why women?
I'm sorry to laugh.
What,
It's just the way you said that. You like this. Somebody dating a fucking shift manager at Wendy's. How you a funny person, boy?
I'm just saying, man. But I mean, then I didn't know you already got to be spending money with Birkin for them to invite you to buy a Birkin bag for 20 grand. Did you know that?
I sure didn't, cause you know I can't afford no Birkin bag.
So you have to be spending bread with them already. I think it what 10 grand or more. So for them to invite you to come buy that $20,000 bag, why? Listen, even if I was a millionaire, I would never, understand me, never buy a woman a $20,000 bag. I mean, a purse, $1,000 purse, none of that. Why would I go spend $20,000 on a purse? You talking about throw the dude back to the streets if he can't do that? If that's the case, if I'm dealing with a chick and she asks me to do something like that instead of helping her get a business started, I'm gonna throw her back to the streets too. Like these are the things that we need to be thinking about. Why would you want somebody to buy you a $20,000 bag? You can do other things. Now I hear she got her own money. All right, then they can live like that, but it's still stupid. I wouldn't spend all that money. Like that's the same thing with the Migos. All right, so I think they're suing a former attorney or account attorney or whatever because he was stealing money from them. So I'm gonna be wasting my money and time on buying you a stupid purse when I'm trying to get $2-3 million back. Come on, man. That's just stupid, man. That's just ignorant.
But even with that, you making a point. They want to spend all this money with these white folks, but they won't support none of these black want to come up. Like we should be shouting the way they shout and throw shit all on the camera. Look at my Birkin bag. We need to be shouting. Find a little girl who live in DC or California, wherever, who coming up with some bags that look nice and shout her name out so she can get large, so she can blow up and be on the same level as Birkin, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, so that we can have some black people on that level. How are we ever gonna have black people on the level of Birkin or Louis Vuitton if we don't promote, if we don't support, if we don't buy them, if we don't shout them out? Just imagine if we had you just brought up the young lady's name. I don't want to fuck her name up again. Sawadi, whatever. If she and then also Meg Thee Stallion and then Cardi B, if just a bunch of these girls who are popular right now were to promote instead of Birkin, the young lady who has the bag collection from California. Don't you think if they're promoting her, having her bags all in the video, all on Instagram, that people are gonna follow them? And then we can blow that black girl up, and then we can have some black businesses on the same level as Louis Vuitton. But how we ever gonna get there when that's all you throwing up? I got on Louis, I got on Louis. Never shouting out anything about a black owned company. We're never gonna get on that level unless we start.
But see, the problem is a lot of people just don't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forget. I think it's Spurgo, if I'm not mistaken. It's the young brother from I think he's from Philly, if I'm not mistaken. He's like 14, 15 years old right now. He been getting some love. Diddy threw him a check for his company. Lil Durk was wearing his stuff. It was a couple of people wearing his stuff. So I think they need to do more of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
support those, like Louis Vuitton, Burberry, Birkin, and all them people don't need our money. They really don't care if we buy their stuff or not. Because the thing they like somebody said something real interesting. I forget who it was, but they were saying, how do we not know that Burberry and Louis Vuitton and all those people disrespected black people on purpose to get black people to stop shouting their stuff out so that white people who bought their stuff or foreigners who bought their stuff wouldn't feel like I don't want to wear it if a nigga wearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that would be crazy. But you never know because if I'm not mistaken, they said that about us with Timberland boots, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't really want our support and black people still wear it out. Like I remember hearing people joke about Kamala Harris wearing her Timbs and they was like she wearing it wrong and all. I'm like, why is Tim still a thing? They don't even want us wearing these shoes and they construction shoes. So you spend all this money for them. They didn't want us wearing it. Then they started designing it differently so we'll still buy it and we fell for that trap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the sad thing is we're okay with getting disrespected because we feel like the only way to show them something. Like, remember you told me some years back, I think we might have did a show on this or talked about this. You told me something a while back about somebody was in the store, Burberry or somewhere, and the cashier was disrespectful to him. And instead of him leaving, he spent a whole bunch of money just to show that he had money. It was like
Right.
in Louis Vuitton store somewhere you told me. and it was a rap or
But them,
somebody. Instead of them leaving, my bad, what you say?
no, I said, yeah, you're right. They wanted to, whatever, quote unquote, stunt or prove a point. Like, yeah, I can afford this. And as you were saying, they should have got their black ass, took their money, and not spent a dime in there. Not a
Right,
dime, but they wanted to prove a point. But all you doing is putting more money into their pocket. They just disrespected you to your fucking face, basically calling you a low level piece of shit nigga, and you still your hard earned money giving it right to them.
right. Um, so I guess we can segue into one of my other bullet points was it's this white guy that used to, I guess he used to rap or something like that, but he in the ministry. But he does this thing, y'all can look it up. He did this speaking at this thing called TEDx online on YouTube. You can see it. He did it in Jacksonville. And his name is Michael Smith. And he talks about how they treat black people when it comes to the music. You know what I'm saying? And what type of stuff we make and how they disrespect us. Um, hold on 1 second. Hold on, I gotta do something. Talk a little bit. Hold on. Let me check something real quick.
Oh
Hold on.
boy, we got these black people with these technical difficulties. Anyway, something that I can bring out right now, my man over there handling whatever he got, collard green juice or whatever. Um, Another thing that we need to look at is when we're talking about these young rappers. I'm gonna do a lot more research on this, but I was listening to another podcast the other day, and they were speaking on the fact of some of these labels or people who sign, some of these rappers. I know that a lot of the rappers are being independent now, which is the smartest thing to do. But they were speaking on insurance being put on the rappers, and the way they were basically explaining it, where let's say I was to put out JTL, he hide in the streets, whatever, whatever. I can basically get an insurance policy put on JTL. So meaning if JTL was to get shot, gunned down or whatever, that money would go to me because I'm putting it on him to cover myself in case
Man,
he dies.
God forbid, man. God forbid, man. Dang,
God
why you always
forbid,
got
God
to say
forbid.
stuff?
But I just found that crazy, and a lot of people were calling in, because that goes into, they speak of conspiracy theories, like shit. They signed this young rapper, like they don't give a fuck if he die, because if he die, you know what I'm saying? They getting $5-10 million off that. So that's something else that we gotta think about when it goes into who we trusting these white folks and shit like that, because this is something that I didn't know of. Maybe I'm late to the party, but you know, there's a lot of other people who are unaware of this too. And if this is becoming a thing, it's like, and they were also breaking it down, like, say this cat is hot right now, but then like 3-4 years down the line, he ain't really as hot as he was before. He ain't generating, as much money. So how can they recoup that money back? They can have that young cat dealt with, and then bam, $10 million insurance policy. So that's something else that people need to look into, read up on, and think about. If you're trying to be a young rapper, or you got someone in your family being a young rapper trying to get signed or whatever, just think about that and pay attention if one of these people are trying to take out an insurance policy on that young rapper.
Mm. Yeah, so the guy, like I was saying, all right. So he was just talking about black murders being common, and he broke down with the music. If you think about it with the music, um, what's so sad is even though white people buy the most of rap music, he made a great point. He said when it comes to everybody else, right? When it comes to black people making the type of music they make, that they gun down each other and they'll play it on the radio. He said if I was to ask a radio station, or he might have said that he did or something like that, ask those questions. He was like, if I wanted to put songs out harming animals, would you play it? They were like, no. If I put out
Mm-hmm.
songs abusing women, would you play it? They were like, no. He said, what about black people killing black people? Well, it depends. And he was like, depends on what? Who's mark making it and who they branding it to. Basically saying that, when we listen to these songs where women are over sexualized, black women are over sexualized, whether they doing it themselves or the guys doing it and killing each other, nobody has a problem. But he brought up that Rick Ross situation where Rick Ross had one line where the infamous, I put something Molly in her drink and she didn't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that. She didn't even know it. People got uproar. The uproar. They signed like 100,000 petitions in 24 hours. Got Reebok to let him go out of the endorsement deal, so they don't practice and things like that. But when it comes to killing each other, they have no problem letting black people make that type of music. And he said, people may be looking like crime has gone down to 40%, but I mean large numbers. Well, he might say 40%, but the prison systems has gone up. So where that went down, the prisons went up. So the sad thing is, what we don't realize, we support things that's harming to us as a people, but people are making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the prison systems, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or the funeral home. So if y'all killing each other, the funeral home's making money, and then somebody got to go to prison. So the prisons are making money. So that's where they started making it where you can invest in prisons. I remember some years back, this
Yep.
brother had showed me this article on his phone from the Chicago Tribune, where they was having conversations with the people that was over prison systems and was saying that they guarantee that the prisons will stay full so that people can get a return on the investment. So how do you guarantee that prison systems will stay full so that way investors can get their money? How could you possibly guarantee crime? You get what I'm saying? So if you guaranteeing crime, then where does it come from? Like, so we all know how they get down in Chicago. We know how they get down in Texas. You know what I'm saying? We know how they get down in Philly, New York, here in Florida, Los Angeles. So a lot of these prison systems, they bank money off of that. You know what I'm saying? And they've always claimed that Michael Jordan has bought into the prison system for years. He got money in it. So that's why somebody like me and my partner HD no longer support Michael Jordan, because we found out how disgusting he really is. So I mean, the sad thing is, we for all these years we've been talking about this, and what's so sad to me is somebody like me and my partner, when we talk about this stuff, we have a different understanding. But for all the people that's upset that Biden won and Trump lost, is not looking at the fact of what we talked about on the last show. He employed 200 white judges,
Already since
already
October.
Republican, in 4 years. So all that stuff he said he's going to do for the black community, how does that matter if the judges are the ones who make those decisions? And then another thing, how you going to say you have higher policing standards, but you mean to tell me you took out racial sensitivity? Now, what I will say is this: we don't trust none of these politicians. But the one thing that bothered me that 45 wouldn't do is apologize for the things that he made bad choices on, or he may have made mistakes on. Like, you actually can see Biden actually saying that he regrets the 94 crime bill. You see Hillary Clinton say that. You see Bill Clinton say that. But you don't see being apologetic for what he said about it being good people on both sides. You don't see him being apologetic for, what I'm saying, taking away the training that police need for racial discrimination. You don't see him apologize for not being serious when it came to the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are certain things that he should have been doing, but he's not doing. Like, you see, he's not really caring that much. I think with him pushing that warp speed thing for the vaccines, he's trying to set it up so he can make some money when he get out, because they're saying there's gonna be a lot of criminal charges possibly coming against him once he's no
Mm-hmm.
longer president.
And
So
what you spoke on earlier about those judges, look at the tenure they have. Some of them have lifetime tenure, so there's gonna be no changes being made in these same racist judges that are there now. They're gonna be here in 15 years when the younger generation comes out, and they're gonna have the same mindset. They're gonna have the same racist way of thinking, and they're not gonna want to see black people succeed, and they're gonna want to put blacks away for longer. Going into what you were talking about with the prison system, you can invest stocks into that. That's big, big business. So these judges are aware of that too. You're gonna sit here and think that with the money that these federal judges making, that they don't have some stocks invested in these prisons that they sending these young black boys to. So don't they have an incentive if they got a black boy standing in front of him? Yeah, we're gonna give this little nigga 2, 3 years. That's more money in his pocket. That's more money that is going into his pocket once he starts investing into these prisons. So they have an incentive to send the black kids away. They have an incentive to send them away for 5 to 10 years. And every time these people are coming in the courtroom, they're not gonna let them get away. They're not gonna give them, well, you know what? You seem like a nice guy. I'll give you a chance or a break. No, because if you give him a break and send him back on his way, that's one less person going into that prison system that's taking money out of his investment. So of course he's gonna still do that. It's just a circle, and it's a cycle for them to make more money and to keep our black ass in jail.
yeah, that's why they see that's why you have to watch those moves. You know what I'm saying? And this is my thing when it comes to, and like I said, we always talk about, we wish they would people would talk more about the independent parties. People only focus on left or right. But this is what people got to realize when it comes to that. Okay, the Republicans run the House, and then you got a Republican in the White House. And if you notice, every time Republicans in, something terrible happens in the country. Look at all the last few presidents that were Republican. Something terrible happens. And what we got to realize, we got to stop looking for something to be done or handed out to us. Like, just because Biden won, don't look for no handout. So what? So what if the Democrat won? Like I said before, the only good I see that can come up with God willing is the fact that Biden is gonna try to be respectful to, Fauci and the CDC, um, and taking the pandemic more seriously. But and not trying to drive the country to where it's like only rich getting richer. Like people crying. What tripped me out is that there's people crying about the way he's gonna raise taxes. That's not gonna affect them. Like you don't even make $100,000 a year. Why are you believing that? Like when I seen this white lady they had on commercial talking about if Biden wins, we can kiss the economy we're having right now goodbye. I'm like, thank God. I want to. Like, look how terrible it is. Look at all these people that's out of work, and a lot of people that if Biden didn't win, like this is nothing we gotta think about. If he didn't win, you know how many people they ready to evict right now? It's over 10,000 evictions that they're pushing for right now. So if Biden didn't win, it's a lot of people that would be getting kicked out because they're not working on keeping those type of things in order. And that's something he can go for. If the House doesn't want to do it, he can do like Trump and sign something like that into executive order. And these are certain things that we have to look at that Democrats do versus what Republicans don't do. Like they will mess up a country just so that the rich can get richer. So once
Hmm.
Trump get out of office, it's a lot of money that's gonna come to him. I'm sure of it because that's how they play the game. And he gonna try to fight all his criminal court cases, which I understand. You don't want to go to jail, I get it, but you did some grimy stuff. So at the
You
same
see, he
time,
trying to get a
it's like
pardon for himself with his slick
most
ass.
likely something, yeah. But
I
at the
seen that
same
report. He
time,
trying to get a pardon for himself and his family, which is just another way of
mm,
him trying to slime his way out of some shit so they can't do certain investigations on certain things. So that just lets
right.
you know, everything that you saying is true. This motherfucker slimy and he's leaving his imprint. Even though Biden has won, it's some shit that he's done while he's in there. Like when you spoke about the judges, and we have to look
Mm,
at, the Senate, how many Republicans are in the Senate, the House of Representatives, the House of Congress. We have to look at those things and see how that's set up. Because if it's set up a certain way, I know you said we're going to do a show on that where we talk about the percentages of how many Republicans and whites sit in the seats of the House of Representatives, the House of Congress. We're going to do a show on that, and that is what's the most important. You know, like you said, yeah, it's good for a lot of people that Biden did win, but however, the biggest thing is who's sitting in the seats of, the Senate, the House of Congress, and the House of Representatives. That matters the most, because if it's all Republican and it's all white, I mean, it's going to be still an uphill battle to get anything changed for us.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. Like when we talk about what Obama didn't do, I had to sit there and think for a second. And this is what a lot of people not gonna like to hear, but this is a hard pill I had to chew and swallow. When I look up all the stuff that he was trying to do since the Republicans was running the House, it was a lot of stuff he could not do. It's a lot of bills he didn't get passed because Republicans was running the House. And a lot of us will be like, oh, they ain't do this, they ain't do that. What you gotta understand. Like when I looked up the 94 crime bill, and excuse me, they was talking about all the people who signed the bill and what they was trying to do. One brother said he was trying to do it because they they was getting the mandatory sentences off of it. So he was trying to look at that as a positive. But the crazy thing is, in order for them to do the 94 crime bill, what people don't know is they started taking millions to billions of dollars out of youth programs in a lot of black communities. This is something people don't realize. Every time that they try to do something that's helpful, the Republicans fight against it. Every single time. This is what people don't realize. They'll say, well, maybe we need to start looking at them and seeing what we can do. And I'm like, no, why don't we try to look at other independent parties? Because we did Republicans when we first came out of slavery. Then in the segregation era in the 60s, we went to Democrats. So if we're gonna leave the Democrats, let's go to independent parties. Why would we go to back to the Republicans when we know what's gonna happen? They're not like in the stage that our mental state with all this handout and reparations. If you go Republican, do you honestly think they're gonna have an open conversation about reparations? That doesn't make any sense. Like that's why I'm so frustrated right now with Boyce Watkins. And I didn't know he was one of the people that helped Ice Cube write up this contract for Black America. So that's why he going so hard for Ice Cube, because he's so upset because he feels it's a personal attack, and that they thinking, oh, we just supposed to vote Democrat because we black. But the thing is, you have other independent parties, and he would not talk about that. A lot of other people would not talk about that. I've asked that question. Nobody talks about it. And what we're sadly mistaken at is that we think we would go Republican, that would help us. I'm sorry, but a lot of black people will have to stay Democratic for right now until we get our stuff together and look independent. Stop trying to go Republican, look independent. You know what I'm saying? So when I found that out, because when I used to be at working at a youth organization, and I seen what they was doing, I was like, oh, that's y'all get down. So come to find out, they took billions of dollars, millions to billions of dollars away from our youth programs. So once they started investing into the prison system, guess what? If you don't have an after school program, you got a bunch of youth out on the streets, millions of youth out on the streets. What else you think they're gonna do? They're gonna turn the crime like a fish to water. So this is something that they planned to get what they wanted. So at the same time, Democrats were pushing for the crime bill, Republicans was pushing for the prison system. Every time somebody does try to help our people, it's always underhanded, some by one side or another. That's why we keep saying systemic racism, and you have a lot of white people who fighting against that statement. Oh, it's not racist no more. There's no racism like that. I mean, I understand back then, but it's not like that now. It's laws against that. Like they can't find ways to undermine those laws. The same way with these judges. Once they put those judges in there, it don't matter what laws they got. If you got federal Republican judges who are using the system to make money off of people. Let's say they not racist, but let's say they so opportunistic that it doesn't matter who they hurt as long as they make a dollar. That's the systemic racism that we're always talking about. But nobody brings up the fact that that is what hurts us, and the fact that we still worry about handouts. Like I said, just because Biden won does not mean look for a handout.
So true. And when they talk about systemic racism, and you know, I even just take it to even in the job world, some of us that are in it still, unfortunately, in the interview process. Yes, there are some companies that have it to where they have to hire a certain amount of black people. That's not that I mean, you can argue that does help, but then it's like, all right, so you have some other interviewees coming in. They don't even have a fucking chance because of the color of their skin. Because we already got 5 blacks. We reached our quota. We don't have to hire any. That's something that we have to fight against that white people don't know about. When you walk into a fucking office for an interview and you automatically are canceled out just because of the color of your skin, they don't have to deal with that. That's something that they don't have to live with and they don't know about. So they can say all this shit is over and it's dead, and it's not. They just want to turn their back on it because they don't want to fucking admit to it. That's the whole thing. They don't want to admit to the fact that they're racist, and they know they're racist, or they know their buddy's racist, because the buddy is the guy who's the manager who won't hire a young black woman just because she's black. Yet we keep seeing the numbers that black women are graduating from college at a higher rate than anybody, but they're not putting these young black women in the power positions of being a CEO or a VP or whatever. And some of them who have degrees, they can't even get, just a regular team lead position, let alone being running some shit. So they will say that black people are uneducated, but the numbers aren't showing that. It's showing that these young black women are getting their degrees and they are graduating. So why the fuck are the numbers looking like the opposite of that? It's because of this
Right.
racism shit in this fucking country. It doesn't make no sense that we look at the numbers and see that the black women are graduating at the highest rate, yet they make the least amount. What the fuck does that make sense? So why the fuck are they going to college to get these degrees if they're gonna get out and make less? What's the point? What's the point of it? So they want to say it's not racist, but they're not only doing it to the young black brothers, they doing it to the sisters as well. They shitting on both of us. They putting the black men in fucking prison, and they putting the black women, they may be in the workforce, but they make the least amount of money. So once again, how are we gonna come up if the black man is in fucking prison and the black woman ain't making no money? So they say it's
True.
not a problem. I see the fucking problem. It's right in our face. The numbers don't lie. You can go on Google and look up the fucking rate that black women are graduating from college. Look it up. It's right there. The facts are right in front of your face. Yet they make the least amount of money. They're going there, they're earning these degrees, they're getting it, but they don't make no money. So all that shit about the racism is gone. It's a lie.
Straight up. So what was the you I know you had another bullet point you wanted to tackle real quick.
The only thing I was just, speaking of the whole face mask thing, is just something that we all see, we all talk about every week. People fighting, not wanting to. I told you the story earlier about when I was in the barbershop, white lady come in there with the white dude, white man go sit down and get his haircut. He tells her, yo, you need to go back to the car, get your mask, and she goes on a fucking tirade. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this mask shit. Why do we always have to do it? Everywhere I go, I gotta remember to wear a mask. Enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of this. And it's just people like her, I see this all the time. It's becoming common, whether I'm at the barbershop, whether I'm at the grocery store, whether I'm at Walgreens, of some fucking white fool fighting and arguing about the mask. It's not that just the point of they don't want to wear it, but they want to fight and argue about why do I gotta put it on. And it's people, who will be in there. Walgreens, the workers, and even I've seen a manager who had to come out just to say very nicely, "Excuse me, ma'am, you know, it's our policy. The rules right there on the door." And they'll still sit there and argue and curse and yell. And this particular white woman I'm speaking of at the Walgreens spitting as she's talking. Ain't that spreading the motherfucking COVID right there? That's spread of it right there. She's sitting here arguing with the manager. The manager has the option to tell you to fucking leave this establishment. But she's sitting here arguing, yelling in his face just because she don't want to take 30 seconds to go back outside in her little dirty ass car and get her mask and put it on her face. All that could have been relieved with 30 seconds of you just walking back to your car, putting your mask on your ugly face, and doing your shopping. And it's like, as we keep seeing more numbers, they keep saying more numbers, the US passing 11 million cases or whatever. We keep seeing more and more and more numbers, yet we keep seeing more and more people fighting. It's not just that they don't want to wear the mask, it's the fighting of it. They're so fucking angry that they want to fight somebody just not to put on the mask. It don't make sense.
And as we say all the time, you don't have to go to that establishment. You can go somewhere else. Go to a convenience store somewhere that they don't care if you wear a mask or not. But if somebody's enforcing it, you see the policies on the door, you can't get mad at them. Like I said before, what tripped me out is, okay, so if black people say we're tired of getting harassed by the police, and y'all turn around and say, hey, well, the police are just doing their job. You should be able to follow rules and stuff like that. And maybe y'all black people wouldn't get shot down by the police like you've been getting shot down. So why, when they tell you to wear a mask, you saying they're infringing on your rights? It's not the same thing. When we go out the door with this year-round tan, there's nothing we can do to hide that. They just asking you to put on a mask. You don't have to go to those certain places. And if you don't like the rules in that city or state, you can just move. But you mean to tell me you'll tell black people that we need to be compliant, but y'all don't want to be compliant? You get what I'm saying? Like, which one is worse? Somebody putting a gun in your face and slamming you on the car, checking your nuts or your breast to see if you got weapons, or the fact that they just like put on a mask for a couple minutes while you in the store. If you don't want to go through that, go through a drive-through. Matter of fact, you instead of having to go on Walmart and all that, they have the almost every store nowadays, especially franchise, have where you can pull up and get curbside service. You can pull up to, I think you can even do that at Walgreens and all them other places. You can either send uh DoorDash or Uber Eats to go get your stuff. You can go to Walmart and do curbside service like my partner HD do sometimes, or Publix. You can pull up and they can bring your stuff out to you. You don't have to go into these stores to get anything. They can bring the stuff out to you. So we got all these options that we can do, and instead people are crying and complaining about somebody infringing on their rights. But you got to understand something. If that's what the store is doing, that's their policy, you're infringing on their rights. You're infringing on their freedom to how they do their business and how they conduct business. So how is
Right.
that
And these
right
people are
that you
arguing with the
come and tell me
manager.
exactly? How do you come to somebody else's business and try to tell them what you gonna do? That's the same thing. You infringing on their rights. If they say you gotta wear a mask to come in the store, you gotta wear a mask. And this is what people messing up. They talking about the vaccine. The reason why, God forbid, if that had been a problem like that, is because of what we're all doing as a people, as a collective. Not me and HD. We ain't trying to fight nobody on that. At right now, with what's going on, I'm not gonna fight nobody at their business. Cause you gotta think these people had to stay there all day in one place, and there's no telling who, God forbid, they're coming in contact with. So I'm gonna make it stressful on them to come in with no mask. I'm not gonna stress these people out. What kind of crap is that? You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. I'm not gonna infringe on other people and then cry about my rights being infringed on. It's just nonsense, man. Like I remember I was telling you since we on that situation. Tag my bullet point onto yours because it's pretty much the same thing. Remember I was telling you earlier, they got this commercial now, and you got Lord Jamar put it on his page with his old I don't know what to call him no more. Uh, My boy Willie D, I still got love and respect for my boy Willie D. But they was showing the commercial. It was funny because they took the Friday and they spoofed over that, like I was telling you. So I'm gonna break it down for the audience. So they got Craig looking in the drawer for the pistol. You know, everybody when he was finna walk smoking home when they was beefing with Big Worm. So which is another. Anyways, so he looking in the drawer instead of looking for the gun, he was looking for a mask. So he wanted to put it on, and the person playing his dad playing Pops Williams, God rest Pops Pop Soul, Pop Williams Soul. So he was like, "Son, you see what you need that for? Protection? Protection from who? Man, I gotta walk Smokey down to the house, man. Oh, son, me and your mama would have never brought you in this world if we had to be, if we knew you would have had to be walking around with a damn mask on. You know how it is. No, son, that's not how it is. Y'all kids today is punks, sissified. Y'all punks, sissified, walking around with a damn mask. All you need ain't gonna pull out a Tupperware. All you need is some fruit. All you need is some fruit, and then you'll be able to go ahead and just get your immune system up. I'm like, okay, y'all some idiots. And the reason why it ticked me off because Lord Jamar was on Culture Vulture Vlad TV saying, oh, he
Mm.
think it's conspiracy, how you know this or how you know that. But then he turned around and say, but I still wear my mask, don't get me wrong. And I'm like, okay, so you want to show this video and pump this to other people. What about all the people that are vulnerably um their health is vulnerable right now. You know what I'm saying? Or from surgery or whatever conditions they was born with. Y'all should not be pushing this narrative because you have to understand something. While you're getting your health together, right? You can't be somebody out here doing whatever. So I don't think that they should push that because Busta Rhymes was saying that same thing on the 85 South show. Oh, don't just believe this and just believe anything anybody telling you. But you know, Scarface, God bless him, I pray for him, God bless him. He's in the hospital right now looking for a kidney because he got the coronavirus and they shut his kidneys down on him twice. So God bless him, I pray for him, God forbid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, but you would turn around and still say that? Just believe anything anybody tell you? What are you talking about? What do you mean? And then my partner HD just told me that hey, the singer Jeremiah is in the hospital from COVID. I seen one of the brothers from 112 had the COVID. Uh um Conway, was it Conway or Westside Gun that had it?
West
It
Side
was Westside
Gun.
Gun that had the COVID. He had the COVID. A couple of my relatives had it. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple brothers who lost family members to it. So why y'all
Yeah,
pushing
just
that
went
narrative?
through a granddad dying from it. You know, it's real.
So this is my thing. Why are y'all trying to push that narrative to not worry about it? Oh, just eat some fruit. Just bring your immune system up. You'll be all right. Or it's fake. Don't worry. And it's like, but what about the people that's dying from? Oh, they lying. How you know? Cause I seen this video. It's like, bruh, so you let a nigga off YouTube show you this and show you that, and that's your proof? Go down to these hospitals and talk to the doctors who are dealing with this pandemic and the people that's going through it. Go see how stressed out they are and tell me if it's real or fake. Go see how stressed out these nurses and doctors are that have to deal with these patients that's going through this. See how stressed out they are that they can't even help people that much with regular conditions. They just got back to that where now they can help people with regular conditions. But I don't even think it's that high of a percentage that they can. So you gonna tell people to not be careful right now? Just tell people to be careful. Just, if you choose not to wear a mask, that's on you. But don't be out here pushing a narrative and you're not a doctor, you're not a researcher, you're not a scientist, you're not an analyst, you're not none of that. You just on YouTube or you just rap or you just you know what I'm saying? Like you not in the space to try to tell somebody that. And I'm so tired of that because like Lord Jamar and even the brother Black Dot, he has a medical condition that he I think he was born with or something. And he's saying the same thing, but he still wears his mask. So what does that tell you? Stop believing this bull crap, man. It's just sad. It's just stupid, man. It's stupid.
Or even like what you told me about what silly ass Corey Holcomb was saying about 5G. I'm seeing so many commercials, Verizon commercials promoting the 5G. Pretty soon, all these phone companies are gonna have 5G. So that means all of us gonna die if we're using our phones. If it's the 5G, it's not the Corona killing people. It's 5G that's killing people. So I guess pretty soon, all of us are gonna die.
But this is the thing, what we talked about before. How many people already got 5G internet?
Exactly. Already. So why they not dropping dead? And like you,
Like,
you, the comment you made, you was like, hey, so pretty soon he might as well throw away his cell phone. He can't use no internet. He can't use the iPad. He can't use nothing because it's all gonna be operating on 5G soon. So he just gonna have to go in the woods, live by himself, and go completely off the grid. He can't have no cell phone in his pocket no more, or else he gonna die.
and I pray for him, God forbid he's sick, but last week when he did his show, he was under the weather. And he told me he didn't think he had it. And then this week that just passed, they didn't do a show. So
Uh
I was
oh.
on Darlene Ortiz show, Instagram, and that's what she was saying that they wasn't gonna do a show. And I was like, is Corey good? I said, I hope he all right, man. I was waiting on the show, and then all she did was like the comment. She didn't say nothing. So I'm like, God forbid. I hope this dude ain't go out here like an idiot and catch it, because DL Hughley had the virus.
Right.
Thank God, God bless him to make it through. That's just like my relatives that made it through. They had, one of them had asthma, but God bless them to make it through. So it's like, man, I hope this idiot ain't go out here and God forbid get this disease. Why he talking about it's fake? Because he like he don't want to wear his mask, and all you niggas falling for this the okie doke. And it's like, brother, you a comedian, no disrespect, but you're not a doctor. You're not a scientist to turn around and say 5G is what's messing people up. Are you kidding me? You don't even know. So what are you talking about? Our main thing is this. We been got over people that don't want to wear their masks. We just keep our distance from them. We just go on about our lives and handle our responsibilities and look after our families. But we're the type of brothers that's gonna say, y'all just be safe. You know what I'm saying? We still pray for everybody, because all those people who are not being safe, because if you look at it, God forbid, if Corey had caught it, he been around. Like Darlene didn't have her mask on like she normally do. It was her homegirl was there. She ain't had no mask on. You know what I'm saying? And it was other people in the room. I don't know if they had masks on because you couldn't see them, like the engineer and stuff like that, the camera people in the back. But God forbid if he had something, you just gave it to two other people, and you don't know how their bodies are gonna go through it, because Corey is over 50. I think Corey like 51 right now. So like I said, just y'all be safe, man, and don't push on other people. You know what I'm saying? That don't want to deal or move like you move. You go, like we said, you can go to other routes to get your stuff. You can do curbside pickup from Walmart, Publix, or whatever store in your area. You can do, what I'm saying, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just be respectful. This is a critical time for everybody. You got people that's unemployed, people that's sick. You got people that don't know what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? All types of things that we praying for everybody. God bless them in Jesus' name to make it through. But it's just like, you be respectful of everybody right now. Don't be selfish. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to wear a mask or not, but at least respect businesses. If you're gonna go into a business and they say wear a mask, just wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, like I said, pick one of them other services, so that way you don't have to, drive people crazy who have to be at work all day wearing a mask and they already frustrated, and you coming in there with all that craziness.
Turn up. And also, if you see stuff like that, people who fighting and arguing, stay away from those motherfuckers. Like when I see people in there screaming and yelling about not wanting to wear their mask and it's ridiculous and this is a conspiracy, I try to stay the fuck away from them because who knows what they had been doing previously before they got there. Because if they fighting that hard to not wear a mask in Walgreens or Walmart or wherever, you know damn well that in their regular life, everywhere else that they going, they not doing it. So who knows what they doing, who face they all up in, who then cough, spit, whatever around them. So if you see anybody that's crazy, or if you just see anybody, period, that's just walking around without a mask on, stay the fuck away from them for your own safety.
Exactly. For real. So is there anything else you wanna cover, G?
No, no, we hit on all my bullet points.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, this is been out from the norm, opposite from the norm. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. So basically gonna wrap it up here. Make sure y'all, stay consistently checking us out. We're gonna have the sports wrap up coming at least
Yep.
by Tuesday Lord's one after Monday football. And then
Okay.
Wednesday we're gonna have more poly talk for y'all, God willing. So y'all just, do your best out there, stay safe, definitely stay prayed up, you know what I'm saying? Handle your business best as you can and try to keep your mental, serenity. You know what I'm saying? Just try to keep your peace, be at mind, keep God first, be morally good instead of bankrupt. For everybody out there that's going through it, man, be encouraged. Don't worry about it.
Right.
God got you, man. So this your boy JTL.
So man, HD. Peace out.
Like
Whatever, man.
we go be back at y'all soon with another one. Chill.